Hey there YouTube fans, AC Productions here, and today I'm going to show you how to install handlebar bar ends. There are a few reasons for changing your bar ends to some aftermarket ones like these. Reason number one, in case you happen to fall on the side, these small ones that come from Yamaha are kind of very short, and in case of a fall or a spill, most likely your lever is the one that's going to be first to go, because on a stock lever, when you have it on there, as you can see, it pretty much extends out further than your bar end, so that's going to be the first to go when you have an accident. Here's another example. This is the clutch side, and as you can see, I had a little spill and I actually broke the end off of this one. But since I was in a pinch at the time for money, and I couldn't afford another stock lever, nor did I want to, because I was going to change up to these nice shorty levers, I just fixed this one. Another reason to change out your bar ends, if you think about it, just think of it as frame sliders, but for your handlebars. It also dampens the vibrations that the R3 causes when you're riding. As you R3 riders know, that when you ride, you do feel vibrations on the bike. So having these bar ends will dampen the vibrations to give you a little bit of a smoother ride. And it will also prevent any other damage to the bike. As you can see, my shorty levers are a lot shorter. So now, if I were to have a small spill, my levers would not be affected. So less other components being damaged. Tools needed for the job is a 5mm Allen key, unless you're having trouble taking off your bar ends from your R3. Then in that case, you're also going to need a towel and some locking pliers. To take off your handlebar ends, your stock ones, as you can see inside there is an Allen screw. Just get your Allen key and take it off. If you are having trouble taking off your bar ends, like I am, as you can see, as I turn the screw, the whole bar end is actually spinning. This is where you want to get your towel and your locking pliers. So what you want to do is wrap the towel around here and then get your locking pliers and clamp onto it and then start turning the bolt. Okay, the reason that you're putting the towel over your bar end and not just directly on there is because I don't want to kind of damage the bar end, so I just put this to kind of protect it. It'll lock in place and it'll protect it from the scratches. Unless you really don't care and you're planning to throw them away, then do what you want. Don't even use the towel, just clamp it right on there and then start taking out your bolt. But if you are planning to take them off and maybe give them to a friend of yours that maybe damaged theirs and they're just looking for something stock and cheap, or maybe you want to sell them on eBay, then I would go with this method. Okay, so after you do that, as you can see, as you're taking it out, it should start loosening up, and then just start pulling it out. You don't want to take the bolt all the way out, because if you do that and you take the whole bolt out, that remaining piece that's inside is going to get stuck inside, and to get it out, it's going to be a pain. So just loosen it enough where you still have some thread and the bolt's still there, and then just start wiggling out your bar end, and it should just come right out. Okay guys, looks like I came into a complication with taking out that piece. Didn't want to slide off, so I took the whole bar end out and noticed that inside actually is a clip that's actually holding the whole piece inside. Looks like a C-clip that's actually holding the whole nut inside. So what I did is that my aftermarket bar ends actually came with it comes with a longer bolt. So what I did is I just threaded it in there, and then what I used is I used some pliers and then I used a hammer. So what I did is that I threaded in there a little bit. I had grabbed my pliers and then I started banging on the pliers with the hammer, and it started, you're not going to whack on it really hard, because small taps is not going to do it to get it out. So you're going to have to whack on it, not too hard where you're going to hurt yourself, but good enough where it's going to start popping out. Once it starts coming out, you're going to see it should come out with this whole clip thing. So now what you want to do is just take out this clip and then just keep tapping away until the whole thing comes out. I am very surprised on how deep this bolt is actually. So this is the complete bar end bolt that's in your stock bar ends, and this actually weighs a good amount. So I'm guessing that's the stock version of what Yamaha has to install in a regular bar end that kind of just sits on the outside. I'm not too sure if this also contributes to more vibration in the bike. I'm not 100% on that, but yep, this is it. So once you take this out, now you want to start installing your aftermarket bar ends. Okay, now what you can do is you want to grab your bar end, which looks like that. I would say most of them would look like this, and just install it into the hole. Okay, once you install it inside your handlebar, just grab your Allen key and then just start turning and tightening the bolt. What's happening inside is that as you're tightening down this bolt, this rubber piece right here is expanding outwards. So it's getting squished, which puts tension inside here, and that's how this gets tight. So let's go ahead and do that. When you're tightening down your bar end, make sure you don't tighten it down all the way tight, because if you do that, this is what's going to happen when you're out riding. You're going to be going out there, you're going to ride, and as you're putting down on the throttle, well, look what happens. It's staying on throttle, so this can cause an accident. As you can see, it's not springing back like it's supposed to, because over here it's too tight. So you want to make sure you have it tight enough, but not too tight where it's going to cause your throttle to get stuck. Okay, so once you tighten this down, it should be like this. It should spring right back. Just repeat the process from what I showed you from this side to the other end, and you'll be all set. Okay, now that you have your bar end installed, here's a comparison of from the stock one. So as you can see, that's how much more protection you're going to get if you happen to have a little spill on the road. Big difference. Okay guys, I have the scale, so we're going to weigh how much the stock bar end weighs. Okay, stock bar end is at 240 grams. Okay, now for the aftermarket bar end. Okay, aftermarket one is around 66 grams, so that's a big weight savings from the stock one. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, like, and leave any comments below. And thank you for watching.